Hey guys, Multiverse here, back again with another review, and today we'll be taking a look at the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Batman White Knight Batman. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alrighty guys, as I said before, today we're taking a look at the White Knight Batman, who is part of the DC Multiverse line by McFarlane Toys, which if you haven't noticed, at this point at least, I am quite fond of. So much so, I decided to review a figure that's old as shit. So, with all that being said, let's kick things off with aesthetics and articulation, shall we? Let's so. He is not happy to be here. Probably pissed off I took so long to get a hold of this figure, because I just got this guy the other day. As of the time of me recording this review. And yeah, I wish I got him sooner. I'm not going to lie, he is really cool. Is he as cool as Batman Who Laughs and Devastator? Maybe not, but I like crazy shit more than just kind of average, slightly tweaked redesigns with weird, kinky thigh-high boots. Either way, articulation on this guy. You can look around, pretty good. You can look up, far enough, I think. Look down a little bit. Has some attitude. Can't snap his neck and kill him because of the collar, but that's okay. Kind of Gotham by Gaslight-esque with the collar piece there. Shoulders go out to the side that far. This side's a little loose on mine, but that's okay. Allows me to pop the arm out all the way. Look at that. Go back down. Rotates. Has that butterfly joint they're known for. And this side, if you want to know what it... I mean, it's the same. It doesn't stick out more on this side than it does on this side. But there you go. The cape will get out of the way for the most part. Not too shabby. Swivel at the bicep. Single joint in the elbow. Can he punch himself in his own face? Almost. If I use the wrist hinge, he could. Which, speaking of which, that was redundant. He does have the ball hinge wrists. So you can pose his hands any which way. He's got one hand to punch people in the throat. I mean, look at that. That's a sucker punch fist if I ever saw one. And then he's got a trigger finger for his little, I think it's a back grapple, if I'm not mistaken, or a taser, something like that. Be careful with the little fins on the backs of his arms and on his feet here. They look like spurs down there. You don't want to bust these off. They're not the stiffest plastic ever, but they're definitely not soft PVC like his cape here, which does sit really well on the figure and has a nice look to it. It's different, I'll give it that. Very kind of like the first Greg Capullo Batman. He had a cape with these little frills on the side here, so that's kind of interesting. Diaphragm joint works fine. Crunches back quite a bit. Crunches forward enough. It rotates. Tilts. Same with the waist. The waist is a lot better though. It's got this utility belt here. It's got a little knife handle here. Can't take that out, so be careful with that. You don't want to snap that off. Hips. Kick forward pretty far. Kick back a little bit. Kick out to the side pretty well. He does have a thigh cut too. That works a little bit. Mostly goes this way than that way, but it does work. Double joint at the knee. I will say they're pretty stiff though. And he can't kick his own bat ass, so much for that. I will say, it does take 2 hands to pry that knee joint, though. And then, last but certainly not least, he's got the ball hinge at the ankle, with the hinge, and the rocker, and the stupid-ass toe joint, which I never liked, but at least they're tight on this guy. They're not too loose. So, yeah, nice embossed bat symbol, as usual. Very cool looking figure. I like the cowl on this guy. It's got a lot of extra sculpted detail on it. So that's nice. It's got shorter ears, too. I like to see some more longer-eared Batman from McFarlane toys in the future, maybe. We got a lot of stubby-eared ones, but it'd be nice to see some long-eared ones. But with all that being said, it's time to move on to the accessories. Moving on to the accessories, and the White Knight Batman does come with a pretty decent spread compared to most Multiverse figures, I must say. Not sure what this specific version of Batman is supposed to come with, necessarily, but there's enough here, I think. Starting off with the standard display base. It's just a circle with a peg on it. An illegible DC logo, at least for me. And then he also comes with, of course, the collectible trading card, which, it's a pretty cool picture of him on there. There's a bio on the back. Pause and read it if you can. I have no idea. No one tells me if they can read these. I don't think anyone needs to read these. It's probably just the story of Bruce Wayne. But this Batman, I believe, is a little bit more hardcore and kills people. Because why not have a Batman who's hardcore and kills people, right? Some days you just don't want to give a shit. But he also comes with this batarang on a string. It's a molded string, but looks like a batarang. Maybe this is supposed to be the bat grapple. But what you do with this is you can wrap it around his arm, like so. Get it on there. Just wrap it around like this. And then you can have it kind of wedged in his hand, like that. That's just a quick way to do it. There's a better way to do it, but here you go. It's holding it. Or, if you are like me, you don't have room for such nonsense. I mean, it's cool, but I don't have space for that. He does come with one that's all coiled up, with the batarang grapple thingy on the bottom. And you can just loop it on this little hook on his belt. Ain't that nifty? I think it is. And then last but not least, he comes with this, which I thought this initially pegged into, but it clearly doesn't. So I was like, what is this? Is this a taser? It looks like a taser. But it could be another bat grapple thingy. But he's got a trigger finger on his hand. What I do is I just slide it in there. It's easy to do, but of course I can't do it now because I'm an idiot. So give me a sec. There. You can have him holding it like that. I think. I don't know if that's the right way or the wrong way, but I don't care. Can't really make out many of the details, and it's pretty much symmetrical on both sides. So if that's the wrong way, shoo me. So with that being said, let's take a look at some size comparisons. Taking a look at some size comparisons, here is the White Knight Batman next to a couple more traditional looking Batmen from the DC Multiverse line. First up, we got the Merciless Wave Dark Knight's Metal Greg Capullo style, whatever you want to call it, Batman on the left. Review of that coming soon. And we have the Target exclusive Flashpoint Batman on the right. And I'm kind of surprised how much taller these two are than the White Knight Batman here. Up next, here he is next to the other two White Knight figures I've already reviewed. We got the infamous Azrael on the left, and, of course, the Azrael Batman on the right. And last but certainly not least, got our two regulars, the Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibulus on the left, and the Mortal Kombat 11 Spawn on the right. So that being said, time to wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, and while I think I have enough Batmen at this point, this is yet again another solid release from the DC Multiverse line, and one that has made me change my mind on my top 10 DC Multiverse list, not in terms of who's gonna be in what spot necessarily, but what exactly is going to be on the list. I've decided I'm going to change it from the top 10 DC Multiverse figures of 2020 to the top 10 DC Multiverse Batman figures of 2020, because looking back on it, the majority of this line I've bought is pretty much Batman. Variations of Batman, different versions of Batman, similar looking versions of Batman with different molded parts. It's just Batman, man. So, as redundant as that may seem, I think that's gonna make for a better video, because it's gonna be mostly Batman with Azrael at the number 1 spot, because you all know he's the number 1 because he was on my top 10 overall in the highest spot as far as multiverse stuff goes on that video. Check it out if you haven't already. Also, check out the Overlord Action Figure Hall of Fame playlist, where my review of said Azrael is easily accessible. But again, I would highly recommend you pick this guy up. He is actually on sale at Walmart right now for $16. So if you have an extra $16 you want to blow and you don't have this guy yet, I highly recommend you check him out, because he is pretty freaking fantastic. I think he's probably one of the better bare bones Batmen I have from McFarlane Toys at this point. Him and the Flashpoint Batman seem to be kind of tied for that spot, but we will see how that turns out during my top 10 Batman figures of 2020. Oh, that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Don't forget to like this video, hit that subscribe button, as well as that notification bell so you know whenever I upload more reviews like this one. And also, going to give a shout out to my buddy Grim Peels on Instagram. He's a friend of mine down south, starting to get into the toy game. So follow him on Instagram at Grim Peels. It is spelled GrimMPYLLS. At least I hope they're L's and not I's, because uppercase I's can be deceiving. Although there is no uppercase I's on Instagram, is there? Either way, I digress. Check him out. I will plug him on my Instagram as well, in case you are not able to find him. Because the Instagram search, not gonna lie, is quite shit. So, with that being said, also, don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of this figure, if you've picked him up yet, or if you plan to. I know I'm a little late on the game with this one, but Multiverse is doing pretty good for the channel right now, whether it's old or new. So I decided to put this review out there. Give my 2 cents on this guy. But as always, remember to keep the comments civil, because the world sucks enough as it is. And until next time, I will catch you guys later.